my coming up is that Jesus had my heart before he had my soul.
Where did that come from? Like, where did your relationship with Jesus originate?
Here's what happened. Being once again, Gertrude was 64 years old when she adopted. I was a 4-year-old kid. Gertrude wasn't taking me to the park. There was no company coming over because the whole neighborhood was older people. Now, maybe some of their grandkids would come over from time to time. We get to play, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, it was me and her. She was a church lady. So she would be singing, washing dishes, singing hymns. We were always at church. So there was this aroma of Jesus always in the house, right? Always in the house. So for me, as a kid that did not have a playmate or a friend, Jesus quickly became, okay, she's talking about Jesus. She can't see him. I can't see him. Well, he can be my friend too. So early on as a kid, I'd be the kid that would climb on top of the house because, little hood trap houses, you can jump on top.
Right.
You can jump on top of the roof. You know what I'm saying? You get a good tree limb and be on top of the roof. And I would get up there at night and just talk to Jesus. I would talk to Jesus all the time.
What would you talk about?
Just saying things like "I love you" or where you at? I'm thinking about you, and do you think
Kirk,
about me?
What? That's so.
I didn't have no friends. I lived in an older neighborhood, bro. There was no friends. Everybody was on Ben Gay. Everybody had wigs and dentures. It was. I'm telling you.
Did you? I mean, what you're saying is really gut wrenching and emotional.
Yeah, no, it really is. Like,
I don't want to be Debbie Downer.
Did you wonder where your parents were? Like, I'm trying to really get back to that moment and because people hear these stories and they definitely hear these stories from people they assume are famous or celebrities or Christians, and they don't understand the journey. You know what I mean? And what makes somebody who they are. Yeah. Or the joy you exude on that stage simply because of those moments on the roof or those those Christmases where you didn't have anything. Or now that you have a family.
That's good.
And why it means so much to you because you always wanted that hug from a sibling.
That's right.
When you bring words to life like this, it really gives people a different viewpoint, on who you are. So it's I remember wondering what my dad was. You know what I mean? I remember those moments of man, I quit playing football because I got tackled hard. And, when I went home, my dad wasn't there.
No one told you go back out.
Yeah, nobody told me to go back out there. I told my mom I didn't want to play no more. She said, all right, you ain't got to play football no more. But my best friend, when he got hit hard, his dad was at home.
Yeah.
And he said, boy, get up and hit him harder.
Yeah.
So it's those small little things. So for you, in those moments, you're on the roof, you still seeing these TV shows, you see these parents.
Yes.
Are you asking God more gut wrenching? Where are my parents? Where's my dad? Where's my mom?
First of all, that's an amazing question. Amazing question. Interestingly, the idea of him in those moments really became enough. In those moments.
When we did Kingdom, I remember calling Norm. I was like, "Why does Kirk have so many people in the studio with him? Because people just come by to hang out. It was and you loved it. Yes. You stop a session, come in. And I hearing where you come from and hearing the loneliness and hearing you being best friends with Jesus, sitting on the roof. It's I think you just want to be the thing that you didn't have to other people. That's intentional, right?
I think there's a duality to it. I think that, no doubt it is that. And then it is also, I find music has another layer of seasoning and essence when it is in the process of community.
When it's made in the process like that?
When it's being cooked in the process of community.
Mm-hmm. So you see those people being there as a part of your process?
When I have people come in, I'm looking at necks. I'm looking at heads. I'm looking at faces. I'm looking to see who's bopping, who's patting their foot, who's moving. Do I see a tear? Okay, I don't see a tear. Do I? Okay. I wonder how this is feeling in the room. it's intentional.
So that contributes to the songwriting process. So when I've come by, you're saying I have like points on the songs, like because essentially I've contributed.
You become
5%.
You become a test community.
Yeah,
for
it's,
me,
it's your group study.
Yeah, exactly.